Hi, I'm Aimee Cross, and today I'm going to tell you some of the videos that I've done since I've created my channel in the last 2 years that I think you might have missed. Now, I have a couple of bigger videos that a lot of people have seen about what websites to view, and that's great. But there's a couple of other videos that are really some of my favorites that I think really might make a difference for you. So I'm gonna run through them super quick. Now, I'm gonna put links to all of these videos in the video description below. So go into the video description and you can check out these videos and they'll take you straight to the video. All right, here we go. All right, so the first group are videos about Ancestry.com. A lot of people use Ancestry to build their family trees, and if you are one of them, you definitely want to check out these videos. Now, this first video is Ancestry Secret Tricks. Now, this is a video about some of my little shortcuts and kind of little things that I do to save time, a couple of things that you may not be aware of on Ancestry, little things that I think make a difference when you're using Ancestry. The second video is how to best search on Ancestry. I can't tell you how often I solve genealogical problems because I know some searching tricks. And these tricks work on Ancestry. They can also work on other platforms too, but they're particularly oriented towards Ancestry, and I really think they're going to make a difference for you in your searches. This third Ancestry video is hints for accepting hints on Ancestry. There are too often people use those Ancestry hints and they create a tree that may not be correct. So I want to tell you how to kind of judge your hints on Ancestry and how to accept them in a way that will build a good tree for you. And then my last video for Ancestry that is really one of my favorites is what you're missing at Ancestry. And that is all about the Ancestry catalog. Only a small fraction, less than 40% of records are going to show up through searches or especially hints. And so there's tons of stuff in there that you may not be seeing because you don't know how to find it. And it's in the catalog, and that video is all about how to do it. So check that one out. My next grouping of videos are for FamilySearch. Now, some people are not really familiar with FamilySearch. It's free, by the way. FamilySearch is totally free. You can contribute to the tree on FamilySearch. It's a global tree, so it's a communicative effort. So this first video is the FamilySearch guide. This goes over everything that's there on FamilySearch, and it's more than just building the tree. All right, there are tons of records there, and I am on FamilySearch on a daily basis. If you are not familiar with the catalog and the wiki pages on FamilySearch, you gotta check this out, okay? That'll give you an overview of those. Now, my other two videos that I want to recommend on FamilySearch pertain to dealing with that tree. Because it's a collaborative tree, sometimes people get really frustrated with how to change relationships when somebody's put relationships that don't belong there, whether they should merge somebody or not merge somebody. So this first video is fixing relationships on FamilySearch, and the second video is figuring out whether you ought to merge or unmerge. My next grouping of videos are early American research, and these really do pertain to research in the United States. But that's really my bread and butter. I've done over 300 projects now for clients, and I would say the vast majority of them are researching in this time period. So this is what I've done professionally, and it's where a lot of people get stuck, because when you're trying to research somebody before 1850, where every family member was listed on the census, it can be a little bit difficult. So this first video is researching in the 1700s and early 1800s, okay? This video is a general overview of my first steps that I take when I'm taking on a project like this. And sometimes I get the answers that I need then and there. This next video is referenced in that video, but it's something so important. You gotta understand deeds. If you don't understand deeds and don't know where to find them, you're missing out hugely. You gotta check out this video on deeds. And this is one of my first videos, or my earliest videos that I did, but it still is accurate and pertains to what you're looking for. And right along with it are probate records. This video was done at the same time, and this video dives into probate records, where you can find them, what you might find within them, and kind of how to find them, all right? And that works for kind of both those videos. And this video on researching women. Women are hard to research, especially as we move back in time, because they didn't oftentimes own property. It was all in their husband's name, and they're just not listed on records. So how do you go about that? Here are some tips for you on how to research women in this video. All right, my last grouping are kind of like a hodgepodge of things that I think are really helpful, okay? So the first one is the family tree explained. Do you always wonder, like, what's a second cousin? What's a second cousin once removed? How do I figure this out? Especially when you're doing DNA, it's really good to look at this. It's super short and it will like lay it out for you. Check that one out. This next video is the best family history library in the United States, really probably in the world. It is the FamilySearch library. Now, the FamilySearch website is kind of based off that library, but if you're going to Roots Tech, which a lot of people are at the end of February of 2024, it's every year around the end of February, that is the biggest genealogy conference in the world. And it's awesome and it's not very expensive. I love Roots Tech. I talk about it a lot. I will be at Roots Tech, so if you come find me. If you're going to Roots Tech though, you're going to be like almost right next door to the Family History Library or the FamilySearch Library in Salt Lake City. And if you want to know what you can do in that library, what they have, what to expect, check out this video. I go floor by floor and tell you everything you need to know to be prepared for a visit to this family history library. Now, if you're doing genealogical research, you're looking at records in cursive, and some of them are really hard to read. So what do you do when you have a record that you don't really know how to read? This video gives you a couple tips on how to decipher those records that may be kind of tough. And then this video will help you evaluate records. It's really important to be able to evaluate records and decide what information may be correct or may not be correct in that record. So check that one out. And then my last one is stuff to ask Grandpa. Because I can't tell you, almost every single person I ever work with, I'm not kidding you, always says, I wish that I had asked Grandma or Grandpa or Mom or Dad this or that. This video goes over researching, figuring out what you want to ask them. It gives you ideas of questions that you may want to ask and how you might want to go about a successful interview with a member of your family. I highly recommend that. So you need more help. How do you go about it? What can I do to help you? Let me tell you what I've got out there for you, and I'm going to do it in less than a minute. First thing is I can help you through coaching. I love coaching. It's so much fun. It gives me the opportunity to see what you're doing and to give you suggestions on what you might want to do next or where you might go for the records. You can either be in a group session that's just $35 a month, or you could have a private session for $99 a month. You get access to the recording for the following month, and you will continue to have that slot until you give it up, which you can do at any time. Click right up here to go visit that. If you want to be part of my YouTube channel, sign up for Aimee's Crew on the YouTube channel. It gives you access to my monthly handout as well as access to my monthly live stream, where I'm going to work on my own family tree and take you through the process, answering your questions along the way. If you missed the live stream, you can watch it later. You can also reach out to me via my website if you need some real help and you want me to take on a project for your family tree. Click that right there. Thanks. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that these videos are videos that will make a difference in your genealogy and family history world. They'll help you be a better researcher. These are some of my favorites, and I wanted to share them with you because I think sometimes you may not be able to find them. Have a good day. Thanks.